Are you aware there's a problematic situation around time right now? The construct of time is resoundingly unstable and it's on the verge of flickering into a breakdown. There is a priority for us as humans to understand the true construct of time, and I've channeled some information that we'll go into about how that's going to happen and how we can manifest our way into this new reality. Hi, my name's Hayley Barkler and I'm an intuitive channel that talks with the universe. First, they are asking us to brace ourselves for the ride of our lives. As the construct of time or the time differential becomes mute, we are going to be feeling and experiencing multi-level expressions of reality, and this is going to be very tumultuous for so many that don't have this grounding of the construct of time. So as we become more cognizant of this time breakdown, you are going to start noticing a elevated heart resonance. Now, this is going to cause a whole lot of confusion because collectively we're going to start talking and become fixated on our health, and this will stem into a narrative of a health crisis. We've been told not to partake in this and be mindful to separate at this point. There is going to be a whole lot of fear-mongering going on that will arise from the powers that be that are forever in a bid for our consciousness. And that is their prime target. And that is the gift we cannot give away. At these points in transition throughout evolution, our self-identity and our self-awareness, our self-consciousness, our self is all that we own, and that is our biggest power. So don't become swept up in the sea that is surrounding you. If you find yourself overtaken by doubt, you will just flow into that whole level of fear. So take that as forewarning. Now is the time to start looking for these infractions of times that seem impossible. So that's anything in our reality that doesn't seem quite normal and how we would normally perceive the world. At the moment, I'm seeing white wispy things coming out of all different things. A heater the other day, a wall the day before. So I'm taking note of that and just holding focus to see how often that happens, if that changes. Is that something personally to do with me, or is this something in the broader reality that I need to be aware of? But some of the examples that they've given are, if you see the sky turn a different shade of blue, take note. And if you start to feel that resonance in your heart beat to a different drum, take note. Now, whether that's an actual different heartbeat, that may well be an expression of how that presents. It may also just be this feeling that you resonate more with your heart, or that you sit more in your heart. Your heart is almost talking to you more. Like we would say at the moment, we have a lot of mind chatter, and our mind tells us, and we have voices and it talks to us, don't do that, you shouldn't do that, you're no good at that. That transition, if you feel that coming down into your heart, and I'm just praying that that's a much nicer voice in there, which I have no doubt it is, that if you start feeling that shift in your awareness, then that's a really a strong moment to take note of this transition out of time. The point when we do transition out of time, we're going to realize that our life as in this 3D reality was much ado about nothing, and that we have really been living in some form of detachment for so long that we're not aware of the grandness that awaits us. It's also important not to become hostile in these moments. There will potentially be a lot of chaos that's going on around you, and treat that with the gift that you've been given to know this information, and also to honor people with love that may not be feeling so stable in this moment. Just maintain that understanding that everything that you've ever dreamt of is about to awaken before your eyes, and that we are now at this creation point of the eternal earth. And this is a portal of time where change is imminent. So embrace that. And it's also opening up our existence to a higher dimensional understanding of life. So only good things are to come through the chaos that may ensue in the short term or long term, however long that lasts. So the limitation of thought is what has kept us in this construct of time for so long. So in order to create in this express way that they have told us needs to be part of our routine, we're in the training ground right now, that we have this space of time before time collapses, that we can become more attuned to how we, I don't want to say manifest, because manifest, it's not actually what manifesting will be beyond the collapse of time. It will be pure creative intent, creative endeavor. So we are being taught about creation. We are being taught to remember our creation, our creative ability. So what I want you to think about is that you really need to feel this in your heart when you sit in any kind of contemplative or intended state. So whether you're in meditation or lying in bed at night, or you've just taken a moment for a walk, visualize. We have this sort of perpetual motion in our head where we visualize, and we visualize out here, and it's very mind, and we see what we want to do, and we might vision board, or everything's quite external to ourselves. And even in our meditation, and I find this, I do this, and I just got picked up on it just before I did this video, that even if I'm feeling or thinking in my mind's eye, I'm projecting it out here. And we really need to project internally. And that's that part of this desired expression that we need to feel. We have to feel everything centered in our being. So you can feel it in the heart, you can see it in the third eye, and I'm not talking about using the mind to create here, I'm really going deep within, and bring both of those expressions and experiences into the body so that they can resonate in our own field and sort of percolate up out of us. They say wishing, hoping, and thinking is not enough to envelop creation into action. This is purely needed, this express feeling, so that is felt within, so that it can be seen without. They also say you must take your knowledge of a situation and, to the best of your ability, express yourself into that situation you wish to attract into your field of relevance. The moment time becomes a construct of the past, we will all understand instantly that we've been able to expressly create all along without any limitation or expectation of failure. And that is definitely a fundamental thread that runs through our current way of manifesting, that our desire, or our thought about what we want, there can be this taint of, can I really have all that? Can I really have all that? Because we're projecting that manifestation out forward beyond us, where this express creative intent, creative endeavor happens within us in the moment, and then it is expressed. It opens up into the expression in front of us in reality. That is how I understand it will happen when we are not having this lag of time in front of us. We have this training ground right now. We have to learn to create and express ourselves in this manner so that we can ease into what is to come. You may find you may struggle otherwise, as your intent behind an action becomes an immediate reality. And this is where there's going to be trouble for those that don't have control of this creative ability, this new sense, let's say, or this new tool in their toolbox that they haven't been aware of, where every thought, which then sometimes has a subconscious belief behind that, or subconscious feeling behind that. So we may think we want X, Y, Z, but the fear or something that lays underneath it, that feeling, that express feeling that's sitting in that heart, is actually what you're going to get in front of you. So that is why we are being trained now to control that, to be really decisive and centered about what we wish to see in our reality, because there will be no gap between feeling it and seeing it. A parting message is, get ready now. Prepare your mind for this takeover by the heart. You will be forever grateful for this training ground. So just to recap, to visualize is purely a projection. The soliciting of a feeling into that creation is what assembles the form in your reality. That is the pulse. That is the life force that flows through everything that you create. So I hope that helps you. Please let me know if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments, or send me a DM. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Good luck. We'll all start practicing expressing our desired states from our heart and see if we can get our minds to quieten down a bit. Bye.